back, well, the first infection has been detected in Asia's largest slum, Dharavi. A 56-year-old man who was found to be corona positive died yesterday. It is a home to more than 1 million people. In fact, after he died, the building has been sealed completely. It will now be a challenge for the authorities to do contact tracing in one of the densely populated areas of Mumbai. Meanwhile, the number of COVID cases in Maharashtra now stand at 335. Let me go over to my colleague Purva Chitnis for more on that story. Purva, well, that gentleman died of COVID positive symptoms in a densely populated area, but he did not have a history of travel. How then it is a challenge for the authorities to figure out how he got that infection in the first place, whether it would have been a secondary infection or not?
You're absolutely right. In fact, it's going to be a big challenge at this point of time to even figure out the history of the patient, whether he had any medical history or contact history. That needs to be first ascertained. Then also just a little bit about how he developed those symptoms. So basically on March 23rd is when he had fever and developed certain symptoms. So he went to a local practitioner in Dharavi area, and post which on March 26th he went to a nearby hospital, Sion hospital, because his symptoms were still increasing, and that's the reason he was then he moved to a nearby government hospital, the Sion hospital, on March 26th. From 26th he was in the hospital, and on 29th his samples in fact were given for testing purpose, and on April 1st is when the results came. The results were positive, and that night itself on April 1st he died due to COVID symptoms. So basically in these days he in fact it's going to be a challenge for the authorities to find out how many people he was in contact with, and also his other family members right now. They were quarantined yesterday itself, and their medical test was to be conducted today, and also the entire building, which comprised of 300 flats, that has been completely sealed, and also the nearby shops in that area, about 90 odd shops, those shops are also sealed. So at this point of time the authorities, the BMC has to come out with more details about the person, his history, his family's history, and how did he even contracted the disease. That also needs to be ascertained at this point of time, and the authorities are still figuring it out how he actually got COVID symptoms. So but at this point of time it's going to be very challenging, because Dharavi in fact itself is densely populated, and it is home to nearly 1 million people. So Maharashtra, the BMC authorities in fact are trying to figure out the entire history of the patient, and also trying to see if there are other people who might have some symptoms because they were in touch with him or not. So right. that figuring out is going to being done today, right. And also in fact the other 7 members of his house, their medical tests will also be done today.